possibly a plant that I can't kill today. Hallelujah! New Day Northwest starts right now.
It's a new day.
Now, from the Virginia Mason Franciscan Health Studio at King 5 in downtown Seattle, this is New Day Northwest.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Kelly Hansen. Kids and parents are busy squeaking out every last second of free time before the start of school in 3 to 4 weeks. I graduated from high school just a few years ago, just a few. Laughs are starting. Okay. But I remember what back to school was like. So continuing our week of hot topics, I want to focus on family, summer, and school time. New Day Hot Topics is brought to you by Silver Reef Casino. Joining me today on our panel, new mom and King 5 traffic anchor Shantae in the building. Yes. We have Seattle Seawolf center Dan Creel here. Amazing. And then New Day producer Susie also in the building. You guys, we have a lot to get through today, even some items possibly for lunch. But we're going to start with back to school shopping and clothes specifically. Did you get to pick your amazing outfits, or did your parents have the final say and veto?
Initially, my mom would have the final say, but by the time I got to second grade, I was picking out my own clothes, doing my own thing. Yeah. Kind of, I've always been who I am today. That's who I was back then.
Yes!
Little pink suits.
Look, no.
Second grade?
No, but I wish I had a picture. One time for career day, we had to come as what we wanted to be, and I wanted to be a movie star, and I came in the first grade in a leather blazer with a leather skirt.
Whoa,
a cheetah fur around it. I'm telling you, it's in me.
Oh my gosh, Dan, I must know. Oh wait, we'll start with me. Look at Kelly Hansen there.
Did you pick this out?
Oh, you know it. Look at all the different textures, the patterns.
Wow.
I really thought this was a vibe with my purse. Oh, Shantae.
I told you I was always dressed up. That is
Dressed to the nines.
Almost at school?
This was we had a little program at the school. So my grandma was big on dresses. I had so many of these little dresses from like department stores like Belk and all of that. So you see I have on my lace tights.
dying.
My little velour dress with the lace around. I
It's
just
a
always
vibe.
love dressing up.
Dan, I must know. What about you? Were you in sport coats? What were you wearing?
No, so I was at boarding school from a young age. So parents picked all the uniforms. We had 2 different uniforms, a winter uniform, which were number ones, which are blazer, white shirt, tie, and then a summer uniform, which was shorts and a shirt.
Was it kind of easy then to like get ready and go to
One
school?
uniform, yeah. I mean, you didn't have to
it's
pick through your closet or
I guess you don't have to fight with
On
anybody.
the weekends, you could wear what you wanted?
sport uniform, yeah.
See, that's nice.
Oh, because you know you're in boarding school.
Okay, everybody
I think
looked
that
the
makes
same.
it easier.
Everyone looked the
does make
same.
it easier.
It does make it easier. I think I would like that now and definitely as a
Right.
parent, but
I don't know, back
Right.
do you even have to lay out your clothes then before to
No,
know?
it's all
you
the same. You've got your
everybody.
different sections and everything's there.
Because I had to lay everything out
I
like
do too.
before. I
First
thought
day
that
of
was a good
school,
idea.
I put the shoes where they're supposed to
Oh,
go, like
yes.
on your
So you have it laid out, ready to
Just to jump in the morning.
And my kids did the same.
Oh,
My
yeah.
parents had some veto power. I went to San Diego high schools, and it was a very liberal as far as the school dress code. My dad, not so liberal. Tube tops and running shorts were allowed at school.
Oh, okay.
Even bikini tops, not in my household.
Now,
no.
No,
Wow.
mid-dress were
Yeah.
not allowed
cannot
at
do
our
that.
school.
I
You
remember-
couldn't even wear spaghetti straps.
And you had to put your hands by your
Yes.
legs
Not
to make sure
so
your
with
skirt.
uniform number one.
No, uniform number one, we're good. You have kids though, Dan. Are they picky with what they're wearing, or are
No.
they pretty chill?
Yeah, we've been super fortunate. Our kids are really easy and they sort of wear whatever when they go to school, so we're lucky on that
That's
front.
good. That's good.
Amazing.
Now.
For now, yeah. For now.
Susie's saying, just wait, just
School
wait.
seems to change it all, right?
I want to talk about school pictures too. They're a rite of passage. Why are they so bad? And did your parents keep them?
Mine always did, and they posted them. I think they should.
Oh.
Susie with the
My
bangs.
mother cut my bangs and forgot it was brownie day at school, so that's what I had to wear that day. So I don't know why
You
they're
look
so
proud,
bad.
though. You look proud.
Yeah. Oh, there's me. Again, pink, bright colors,
Good.
patterns. That was
Yeah,
my
that's
theme.
so cute.
You know, the hair needs a little work, but bangs apparently
Yeah.
were in.
And one thing about
look,
school pictures,
look
they
at
would
me,
be at
I'm in
the
the
worst
front, so I was
time.
always
In the
the
red strap.
shortest.
In the
Did you
red?
see me in the
Love
red?
it.
Oh, you're so
on the ground.
cute.
I was always sad. They're like, line up tallest to shortest, and I knew
Yeah.
exactly where I needed to go.
There's always those parents that don't like the school pictures, so they take their own. And look, take your own photos for your family. I get that. But if it's a school picture, I just think, get it done. You can laugh.
It's
We
memories.
laugh now at those.
Yes.
And when they're in middle school, my kids are in middle school, there's nothing more humbling than making sure they know that their picture's on the wall. Hey, look at that.
The thing about the elementary ones that are always so funny, they never take them early. So by the time you get to the school picture, it's like, dang, your hair is all messed up.
I
And it's
know.
like,
You're sweating after recess.
got a little bit of lunch on your shirt.
Dan, did you do because you grew up in South Africa?
Yeah, we did school photos, and they were also pretty awkward.
Really?
I mean, not good looking. I mean, all our teeth were
I
coming
don't
out.
think you
as
could have
they're
taken a
dead.
bad picture. That's not true.
But I mean, we still got all of them and our photo albums, so it's pretty special.
It's amazing. Okay, let's talk about school supplies. We have a lot in front of us. Shantae, apparently there's something that speaks to you.
Oh, we were talking about like your top school supply, and I used to love having my little list going in, and I would always get the biggest box of crayons. Like, why do you need 25 shades of pink? I don't know, but it used to be the 64
Yeah, that was
actually.
the biggest one.
But now, and they still have the sharpener on the back. Yeah, I used to.
That was pretty
No,
special.
I wasn't a crayon girly. I
Yeah.
was a big like
You like
Sharpie
the color?
highlighters. Everything has to be color coordinated. And then the binders that have the sleeve where you could put all your pictures of your friends and animals.
The trapper
and
keepers are still being made. Not very many of them, but I remember this was all there was. Like you could open this and then you
You
have
get
all
your
your
little dividers.
Oh.
Yes. Oh,
Did you have
This is
these
bringing
before
joy.
in school?
Anything?
We had flip files. So like you slide
Okay.
the pages in. We had those.
Yeah, like this, right?
oh.
Similar to
like
that,
a little folder.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
plastic sleeves though.
Oh, okay.
Nice and easy. Hey,
I love that everybody's like has their like own thing that they're into too. School lunch too, the most important meal of the day. Lunchables, do you know about this life?
I do know about them, yeah, but we never had those in South Africa.
Yeah, I bet not. I was not allowed to have Lunchables
Good.
because they're not. If you look on the back and you try and read
ingredients back
the
there.
ingredients, it gets a little scary.
See, but your mom's a nurse.
My
so
mom
she
is a
knew what was
nurse,
up.
Okay, that
yes,
makes
and
sense.
so she was always string cheese. But I also had a terrible experience with string cheese.
What happened?
I had, I think, a bad one that had been left out too long. Ended
it
up
moldy?
puking.
Okay.
I ate it,
Kelly.
and then I puked. It was like in second grade, and it's so mortifying to puke at school. And so I don't know. Now,
so you have trauma.
I have trauma from string cheese. You love a string cheese,
I love a
Susie.
string cheese. I know you were saying you do not love
I'm not the
string
biggest
cheese.
fan of them.
I've actually never even had.
You know what? Here's a hack. You don't want them really cold, so sometimes at
Oh, no.
work,
No. You can't have it warm.
I'll sit on it for just a
No,
minute.
you don't. No.
Susie, now.
That is the worst
You're
thing
really
I've
gonna
ever
puke.
heard
You're
in my
over
life.
there, like, changing the chemistry of them.
It's in the packet.
It says warm it up. Did it say that?
Absolutely not. Dan, what is it about this that you don't like? Is it the
Well,
shape?
I've
is it
never
the
eaten
stringy?
it like that. I've always just thought you were
yes.
just
You
jumping
never
it.
sit on them and warm
I
up?
don't sit on it now.
I haven't sat on this one if you want to try it.
I'm okay, thank you. I'll
He's good
pass.
on that.
This is the point of it, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to
Okay.
string it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
And I'm changing your life right now.
Look, he's
We'll
like,
see.
absolutely not.
I just really can't get over that.
No,
Are these
I
still
did-
good though?
I was going to say, I did have Lunchables every once in a while, and I got one. I don't know. It was as an adult for sure because I wanted to see what they taste like.
Yeah.
Not as good.
0 out of 10. But what I used to do is
0 out of 10 now.
warm them up. So it defeated the purpose.
sit on
No, I wasn't sitting on them. I would use the microwave and make my little pizza.
You had a microwave at school?
Oh, I would go in the teacher's lounge and use it.
Teacher's pet.
Wow.
Okay.
Are you
Hey,
building one for Dan
connections.
because he didn't have this in boarding school?
Look.
Never had those. No.
All right, well,
Let me tell
Shantae's
you,
got one coming, and while we talk
And you're
about that,
really healthy, so the great thing is, even though it has 150 ingredients, you'll burn
Will
it
be
off
good.
today. Yeah.
Okay, you guys, this is kind of sad. Kids are more anxious than they've ever been. One college is actually trying to do something about this, though, and reduce back-to-school stress and anxiety. The University of Michigan is trying to reduce freshman stress by ditching letter grades first semester of college. That means literally
fail.
Yeah, what?
Pass, fail,
know
only.
what?
How does this set you up for success for the rest of your life?
Okay, so dang, so it's just pass or fail, no in between.
Yeah,
Kicking
no
the can
A's,
down
no
the road,
B's, no
right.
C's. Just the first semester, so you're not stressed. Because you're away from home for the first time.
When I read it, I thought everybody was passing, and they just wanted you to have a good freshman year. So when you said it, I'm like, Really?
They kind of do. That's all. I mean, they want you to just have a low stress, learn how to be a college student.
You know, Michigan
Yeah.
is a big
Come on.
school, big sports school. If I went to a school and they said freshman year, pass, fail, I would probably still be there right now. Trying to pass. Because there would be so much other things I could do. Why would
I know.
I do that?
Dan, thoughts on this? Are you into it? It's kind of giving me participation award.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think it's difficult because then you get students that are, academic students, and they're sort of losing out on their
That's true.
ability or.
That's true.
I don't agree on that.
Right.
So.
You're paying so much
you
to go
need
to
is a
college.
D. You can ski or whatever.
Yeah.
else
You know,
can
they
do.
have all those little models like C's.
I can't say much. I got credit for horseback riding at the University of Montana.
no,
It
you
was 2
gotta
credits.
do what
It
you
was a
gotta do.
workout. Another workout I want to talk about, rugby. Dan, let's get to you. Give us an update on how the Seawolves are doing and how you're doing.
Yeah, we're doing great. We had a bit of a tough season. We lost in the playoffs, unfortunately, this year. So, but it's been great. Seawolves have been awesome to myself and my family. We love Seattle. I love playing for Seattle and representing the Seawolves. So, looking forward to a good season next year.
Absolutely. We
So
can't wait to
exciting.
watch. And you have another event, too, that is near and dear to your heart. If you can tell me about Happy Bundles and the gala that's coming up.
So we got our gala coming up, our second annual gala on the 11th of September at the Hyatt on Lake Washington. My wife and I founded this to help kids with cancer. She was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in 2020. And we just want to give back to kids and their families and bring moments of joy. So if you're around, please come visit. Come join us on that evening. It'll be a great one to
The
support.
faces are just.
I know.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
so fulfilling. And you have the event coming up, but how can people also, can they volunteer their time? How can they give to you and get more information?
Yeah, we're always open to volunteers, and if corporate companies want to purchase a table and bring their clients or bring work colleagues, that's also great. So.
What do you bring to the children at the hospital? Because I was seeing, is it toys? Is it, some like art supplies?
Favorites?
Well, so it depends on the kid. We speak to the parents, and then we try and personally make a bundle for that child. So a lot of crayons and drawings and painting to sort of occupy them during their treatment. So
And at the gala, will you be serving Lunchables, or will that be something else?
I haven't tasted it yet, so we'll see. We'll see what it is.
Oh
Thank you.
no!
Homemade.
Oh no! This is a moment. Okay.
Your pepperoni fell.
Oh gosh.
Your pepperoni fell.
You're a good sport, Dan.
Okay.
Report
I'm telling you,
back.
if I could
Thumbs up?
microwave it,
Could
that
warm
does
it up?
help it a
Or a
little.
thumbs
It helps
down.
you a little.
Somewhere in the middle.
Not bad. That's okay. Yeah.
Oh.
See? You see?
Lunchables.
That's how it's made.
Shantae, we'll give that to you. All right, thank you so much, y'all. And again, the Happy Bundles Gala will be Friday, September 11th at the Hyatt Regency Lake Washington. You can, of course, find all the ticket information on the Happy Bundles website. And it's not too late for one more sweet escape this summer. Noda, the ultimate No Doubt and Gwen Stefani tribute band, is taking over the event center at Silver Reef Casino on Saturday, August 29th. Get ready for a night packed with the songs you know and love and nonstop energy from start to finish. Tickets start at only $15, and you can get yours now before they're gone. And when we come back, our favorite gardener is in the house. Oh yes, there he is. Ciscoe is here to share why we all need a hardy plant called Hens and Chicks. Even I can't kill this one, at least I don't think so. And then we're gearing up for Panda Fest when we cook with one of the festival's vendors. We're firing up some bone marrow. Oh yeah.
New Day Northwest is sponsored by Silver Reef Casino, your Northwest Washington destination, just off I-5 at exit 260.
Some plants are high maintenance, and then there are hen and chicks. These tough little succulents can take the heat, handle drought, and still look great doing it. And they also have one of the most fascinating family stories in the garden. Here to share, as he always does, Master Gardener Ciscoe Morris is here. Yes. Everything always sounds fake when you come on the show because I'm like, this can't be real. Tell me about these plants. Would you ever?
Well, these are really cool. Hen and chicks. And so the reason we call them that is because, so these are hens right here.
Yeah.
But when the hen flowers, the poor hen dies.
What?
And so that poor mama hen died, but these are all her little chicks all around her. See, sometimes they get chicks even before they die, but once they die, they're sacrificed to form all these little chicks around them, and it keeps them going.
Okay, I want to know then, apparently there's an old wives' tale you want to tell me about with this one?
Yep. Now, we call these sempervivens, which means lives forever. And that's because even though the mama dies, they always reproduce like this. But back in ancient times, there was this belief, I think it came from a myth, that if you planted these on the roof of your house would never get hit by lightning, and you'd have good luck. Your Brussels sprouts would form lots of sprouts. Everything would be good.
See what I mean? Is anything real? It just feels like we're in a dream when I'm with you, Ciscoe. We're moving to a demo portion that you're going to show me how to keep them thriving, right?
Okay, so now I'm going to hold this up.
Okay.
And I want you to pull that right out of, just pull it right out. Yep.
This on the stem. You're not going to scream. What? I can't even do, okay.
Now look what just happened.
It died.
Well, you're trying to get this ugly mama out of there. All these little babies got pulled out with it.
Oh, no.
You just murdered all of its babies.
See, I knew you were going to set me up to fail. May I say, though, that this plant kind of matches my shirt today? It's like we planned this. Okay, Ciscoe. So how do I do this correctly,
then? The good news is that you'll be able to replant these. These are the, this is the no muss, no fuss plant. It can grow in the worst conditions. Where I pulled these out by a telephone pole, it used to have blacktop. I broke holes in the blacktop in this pure sand soil and planted these, and they're growing like mad. Okay, so what you could do instead of pulling it out, you could chop it off.
Right here?
Down farther.
Down farther?
Yeah.
How much further?
You want to get rid of all that brown. Perfect. Now see, that wouldn't have pulled these out. All these would be growing like mad. And these are all the little chicks.
What's
of
one problem with growing these, though?
Okay, I'll show you quick.
Okay.
They attract ceramic lizards. I don't know what you could do about this.
What the heck? Is this a present for me? Thank you. This is adorable. I want to talk about your bachelor life you've been living too. Your wife has been on such an adventure. Tell me where she's been.
She's in the French Alps, hiking the entire 360-mile French Alp Trail.
What?
And it's up and down. It's not up on the top. You go down through a town, up to the top, down through a pass, up to the top, and you sleep in these communal refuges. And it's so hot. She went all by herself. She's doing this
solo hike
totally by herself. We did it 12 years ago together.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
How was it when you did it?
It was better than it is now because it's in the 90s every day. Some of the refuges are running out of water. She can't even take a shower some nights. She says everybody's equally stinky, so it's all right.
So no one's pointing the finger. Everybody smells.
But
26 days, right?
Yep, up in the refuges, they feed you, and it's pretty good. You all eat the same thing. And
do you miss her?
She's a vegetarian. She's been eating sausages.
At this point, she's like, just give me the food. I bet you really miss her.
I miss the living tweedle out of her, but we talked on the phone yesterday. It was so fun talking to her.
When does she get back then? The countdown's on.
She's halfway.
Okay.
So halfway now, so another, I don't know how many days that is.
Yeah,
but,
12-ish days
12
she's back?
days.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I know. And I was gone a month before she took off. We only saw each other for 4 hours. And we won't even remember what each other
You
looks
will.
like.
You're so in love. Dreams, goals. Thank you, Ciscoe, as always. And we'll have more New Day Northwest right after this, so stay with us. Welcome back to New Day Northwest. I am so excited to be in the house here with two friends and icons, Paul Silvi, Chris Egan. We're talking about the sports show. There's some changes. What can you tell me?
Well, first off, thanks for coming up to our studio.
Yeah, you comfortable?
I mean, Kelly's got the big studio, Paul. She's got a kitchen. She's got couches.
No.
I mean,
this is where it's at. You guys, this is so nice.
This is fun. I mean, we have fun. This is where we get to just sit and talk sports, and we're excited. The show moving to King 5 at 3 o'clock. You can still watch it on King 5 Plus as well. It's going to re-air at 8 p.m. as well. So for me personally, living in Puyallup, getting away from that morning commute is nice. So
Good.
Plus I like the 3 o'clock time slot, leads into the 4 o'clock show on King. So we're excited about that as well.
Amazing. Paul, how you feeling?
I just, you know what? Chris and I are like brothers. We've worked together for over 25 years. So it's like sitting here shooting the bull about sports with your brother. And I think that's the best compliment people can give us is we feel like we're just listening in on you guys talking sports. And if we're making people feel that comfortable at home and like they're getting some good information from us and having a few laughs, we've done our job. So we love it.
And the great thing, we talk about brothers. Brothers don't always get along. So we're going to disagree.
Oh, is there some spicy moments?
It's okay. It's okay to not agree on things, and Paul will hold me accountable. I mean, there's some shows, Kelly, where I think Mariners are going to the playoffs, and then at the end of the show, I'm like, they're not going to the playoffs, and Paul's like, which way are you going to be here?
So, seriously. Yeah. I mean, this guy's like jumping over cliffs. I'm like, Chris, relax. We still got plenty of games left, but he's very emotional when it comes to sports. You know, he's the Northwest native. And I'm kind of a Midwest guy, so I'm just kind of
brings it together. It's been a stressful Mariner season. All right?
Tell me about it. Absolutely. I want to talk about what makes this show different than when you're usually watching like sports highlights in a newscast.
Well, I think that's kind of what we're talking about. It's just conversation. We've had a lot of emails from people. Thank you for bringing us into your sports conversation. This is not where we're going to just say, here's how the Mariners game went last night. They lost 4-3. Here's 20 seconds of Sounders highlights. Here's your rain. Here's your storm. We're going to break it down a little. We have an hour. I mean, Paul and I, there's some newscasts where we get like 2 minutes.
Right.
And we've got to put it all into 2 minutes. We have an hour to sit back and break down things. And the cool thing about this is also just with Paul and I being from this area, we've got a big Rolodex of guests, and we've been bringing in some big-name guests, and it's been fun from that part to bring in these big-name guests.
Definitely. That has been so fun to see as a sports fan myself. I must know who has been some of your favorites, because I know you probably can't pick one, or most interesting guests. What can you tell me?
Well, I think Chris and I both agree. Adam Ray, the comedian, having him on here and having him just take it to the edge and bring it back, and then take it to the edge. We're like, whoa. But he was a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, and I love the Hall of Famers, Warren Moon, Walter Jones. Those are buddies of Paul's, and then also the inside people that watch the games, the Bill Kruger that can really break down how pitchers throw the ball, Greg Bell with the Seahawks, Dave Softy Mahler. I love this guy. I mean, he fires me up every single Monday he's on the show because he speaks from the heart.
Yeah, we get him once a week too, so he's a regular.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what about, high school sports and all of that? You guys always do so much for the community too.
Well, I think that's the great thing about the show. We have an hour, so we get it all in there. I mean, we've had a couple high school guests already on this show that have broke down some things. So that's the cool thing about this show. If it's happening in Seattle, we're probably going to talk about it. So it happens on the Ultimate Seattle Sports Show every day.
It sure does. Moving to 3. Thank you so much, you guys, and we'll be right back with more New Day Northwest.
It's a new day.
This summer, you can help support animals going to a forever home like the one I have. A Snohomish County Second Chance Animal Shelter is set to host a summer concert in just over a week. And here to tell us more, Stacy Ventura and Sarah Bradshaw from the Noah Center. Thank you both for being here, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for bringing in these friends and possibly my new baby. Just kidding, I wish. Who do we have?
So the 2 kittens are Madam Humphrey and Arabella Fig. We do a lot of themed names. And these 2 puppies are actually going to be at our event. So they have wine names. So we have Tannin and Barrel. These guys actually just came to Noah from Eastern Washington a couple days ago, and they're in foster homes. And those 2 kitties came through our Mom's Last Litter program to help a community member spay and neuter their cat and to take the babies. And they are actually available for adoption now.
Oh my gosh, he's finding your microphone, so you'll have to. I know he thought that was a little toy there. Tell us about Noah Center too, and what you all do, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so the Noah Center, like you said, is a second chance shelter. We transfer in animals from other. We partner with over 130 other shelters. And when they become too full for space reasons, or if they lack the resources to care for the animals they have, then we step in and we take those animals and we keep them until they're available for adoption. And then we also run one of the largest spay-neuter centers in Washington State, so to help prevent pet overpopulation.
My cat is like looking at me. My kitten is a dream. You have this amazing event coming up, so please tell everyone at home about this.
Yeah, it's called Music for the Animals. It's at the Bertelsen Winery in Mount Vernon. It's a gorgeous facility, venue. And we have Good Times Roll, a Cars tribute band playing, and there's a silent auction, live auction, dinners included. And yeah, it's going to be a really fun night, and all the proceeds go to benefit the Noah Center and to help us rescue more animals like the ones here today.
Oh, amazing. So if people are watching right now too, how do they get involved? Can they volunteer? How do they donate? How do they help?
Yeah, there's so many ways that you can help. Adopting is one. So we say that every time you adopt an animal, you open up a space for a second animal, so you're always saving 2 lives. We always need volunteers and foster homes, and of course donations. We're going through a big capital campaign right now and remodeling our facility after 23 years. And yeah, so lots of updates and repairs, and so donations are always appreciated.
Okay, where can people find you guys? Because I'm sure there's someone at home that has fallen in love like I have.
Yep, absolutely. Our website, all of our animals are posted on the website, and we have all of our information there. So it's at thenoahcenter.org. And you can also see our facility. We're open 7 days a week, and so you can just walk in. You don't need an appointment, so during our open hours. And we're just right off of I-5, just past the Stanwood exit. So you'll see our beautiful brown building with the green roof.
Ooh, I really don't want to, but I must continue the show and go to my next guest. So I will give this lovely little princess back over to you. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you.
This was amazing, and good luck with your event. I'm off to my next guest.
Thank you.
And now, one Western Washington couple has a new roof over their heads thanks to Guardian Roofing and this year's Halo project. Here to tell us more about how this build came together are Guardian Roofing founder Matt Swanson and President Matt Rasidlo. Welcome. Great to have you both here on the show.
Great to be here.
Yes. Okay, Matt, we're starting with you. Remind us what the Halo project is for everyone at home.
Absolutely. The Halo project is Guardian Roofing's opportunity to give back something to the Seattle community. And for the past 8 years, we get to go out, put a new roof on a really deserving family's home. And the whole team comes out, spends the day, and we leave at the end of the day with a beautiful roof, and we've taken care of a problem for such a deserving family.
Absolutely. It's got to be such fulfilling work. This year's Halo Project recipients, Chris and Nicole Remington, tell us about their story and what made them so deserving.
Chris and Nicole, after spending the day with them, they are the nicest couple that you could spend time with. And we get to see so many nominations for couples who really deserve to be the recipient of this project. They've had a really tough couple of years. And after hearing their story and hearing how much they give to the Seattle community through baseball, through supporting South Sound, we chose them, and we're so grateful to have been able to serve them and look after them.
Absolutely. I loved meeting them earlier this year. So deserving. Matt Swanson, when your team first assessed their home, what condition can you tell me about the roof?
Sure, it was exciting to be able to help them because it turned out we were there just in time. When we got up on the roof, there were shingles missing, and then there were a lot of other shingles that were loose. So October, November, when the wind starts blowing, there's a good chance there's going to be a real problem and a borderline probably emergency at the house. So we were able to kind of take a look and then make a good plan.
Yeah, were there any challenges or anything that you can really walk us through the work that you really had to put in here?
Sure. The first thing we had to do is remove the roof and kind of expose and see what's going on. And as it turned out, which is pretty normal, where those shingles were missing, they were having some leaks, so we had to replace a good amount of plywood, which was nice because the plywood that we removed actually had some mold attached. So they were looking at kind of some health issues down the line. We upgraded the ventilation, and yeah, you see the team working there.
This is so cool. To look at this footage too in real time of the work that your team puts in is incredible.
Yeah, we're proud of them. But we upgraded the ventilation to where they should have a cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter house, more healthy, and now they just don't have to worry about it anymore.
Puts them at ease. The Halo project, truly a team effort. I mean, we're looking at that footage. How did the roofing crew really come together to make this build possible?
It's a day for the entire team. So we stagger the entire business throughout the day. We arrive early in the morning, from dropping off the materials, setting up the barbecue, tearing off the roof to install. We're there the entire day, and we make sure that everybody at Guardian has an opportunity to come out. It's something that we get excited for all year, and the team really asked to make sure that they have a chance to go put their hands on it, to contribute to the project, and to be part of what Guardian's Halo project really is.
Gosh, you can feel that passion. What is it like for you personally to see your entire team out there rallying behind these deserving winners?
That's one of the most exciting parts. We have so many members of our team that have done this for the past 8 years. And so they know what's coming, they know how excited they are, and they're really looking forward to the day. And then we have new team members that get to experience it for the first time. Everybody finishes the day tired and sore and happy and a little bit sunburned, but so grateful to be part of it. And that's truly something to be special to be part of.
Oh my gosh, so special. I think it's time then that we listen to Chris and Nicole. They sent a special message for you and your team when we visited them on build day. So everyone take a listen.
It's so overwhelming, just the graciousness of the Halo project and King 5.
Just a huge blessing for us that it was very unexpected when it came up, but it was perfect timing.
To receive something like this, it's you're just overwhelmed with emotion and the thought of, wow, there's so many people out there that are more deserving of this, honor, and to get it, it's pretty special.
Oh, it makes me want to cry. So hard, to just think about what they've been through, and so deserving. There's so many people to thank. It's the partners, the vendors, the community members that have really brought this project to life. So talk to me about the incredible team that you all have.
We do. We have some partners behind the scenes that year after year they come forward and help support this. So our partners in Owens Corning and QXO, they donate their time, the material, and they make sure that this project can happen. Every year they step forward, they make it possible for us, and we couldn't do it without them.
Definitely. It's got to be so fulfilling, Matt's, to see a video like that.
Yeah.
And they always that seems to be the theme. We're not deserving of this. There's other people, just so humble and appreciative.
Yeah, when we founded Guardian Roofing, we did it because we wanted to fill a need. And it's been really humbling to not only see where the company has grown, and then you see like this next leadership that's like taking on the Halo, and you're seeing it like have wings, Guardian wings. But it's really also humbling to have this platform and to be able to show the team and to be able to help people. And just like you said, it's the people always are people that have given to the community, and we're so thankful to give back.
Wow. You both are amazing. Thank you for the work that you do, and thank you for letting King 5 be a small part of this. Pretty amazing. And to learn more about Guardian Roofing's Halo project, just visit the website that you see on your screen, and we'll be right back with more New Day Northwest coming up, so stick with us.
New Day Northwest is sponsored by Guardian Roofing.
Summer is flying by, and before we know it, kids will be heading back to the classroom. So now is the perfect time to make sure they're healthy and ready to learn. Pediatrician Lisa Shen-Vasson with Optum Washington is here with back to school health checklists for families. Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
I can't believe it's this time again.
I know.
But here we are. So let's just talk about it. Families are getting ready for the new school year. What vaccines should parents be thinking about?
Yeah, so if you haven't gotten up to date on your vaccines, now is a great time to go visit your pediatrician. For those entering kindergarten, you should have your 4- and 5-year vaccines. And for a lot of kids entering into middle school, you should have your 5th, 6th grade vaccines coming up.
Wow. So what if parents who aren't really sure if their kids do have certain vaccines or not? What's the best first step?
Call your doctor's office. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll have the records usually. It's all in there. We'll look it up for you and tell you what you need.
So there's no shame in it. Just call.
Oh, no,
Goodness,
just call.
we're all busy.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yes.
When should families schedule annual wellness visits or sports physicals too?
Yeah. So I think it just depends on how busy the family is. Most of my families try to make it around their kid's birthday. It's just an easy thing to remember. A lot of people, if they're really busy, they try to come in the summer.
Yeah.
So August is a very popular time to be doing your checkups. We are very busy in August doing checkups.
Okay, well, if nothing else, just put it on the calendar.
Yeah.
The birthday thing, now that I'm remembering,
I know.
Mine was always around my birthday.
Yes.
And I'm like, why do I always have this plan?
I know.
Now I get it.
I try to tell people, don't come in on your kid's birthday, though. It's just,
But around there, you're
around
right.
there is great.
You're right.
Yep.
What kinds of health concerns can pediatricians screen for, too, during this time?
Yeah, we try to do a screen for pretty much everything. So we'll do things like vision and hearing. Most doctors' offices should at least check that once a year. And it's just a screening tool, so in case there is a problem, we can send you to the right people. We'll look at basic things, blood pressure, and then just do a general checkup and make sure your kid is ready for the school year.
Yeah, it's a great time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
What does a healthy school year diet look like, too, for children and teens? And really anyone. I mean, I'm going to be listening very intently to this answer that you have today, Lisa.
I mean, it's just like eat the rainbow, right? I mean, there is some thing to be said about that. So eat everything. There's really no bad food other than maybe ultra processed foods or extra sugar, but eat what looks healthy, and it probably is pretty healthy. Some good protein, some good carbs, first thing in the morning, hopefully, before you send your kids off to school.
Yes, I think that is important too, to not rush like going to school and actually sit down and have something maybe more than a Pop-Tart, would you say?
Or maybe nothing is what I usually get told. So pretty much anything is better than nothing, but ideally a little bit of protein to get you through the morning.
Definitely. And when you say eat the rainbow, you're talking about fruits, veggies, like looking at all of the colors and putting as much as you can on the plate, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So do what works for you, but hopefully just feed your kids something in the morning.
Yes, I need to take this on advice too. Sleep often gets overlooked as well. This is something that I'm always thinking about too. The school year is such a busy time. We're used to staying up late in the summer. How much sleep do children and teens actually need, would you say?
Probably more than you think they do. Usually when we talk in the office, most kids and teens tell me how much they get, and they think it's enough, but generally speaking, I would say most of the time they're probably underestimating how much they need. And I think most parents can recognize when their kids are pretty tired during the day. Like you pick up your kid after school when they're falling asleep in the back seat, probably not getting enough sleep. Or maybe they're not getting the right kind of sleep too. So I think this is where your doctor really can come in and help and figure out what's happening.
Would you say to kind of chill out at night too, screen times, I've heard, like put that away, TV.
Yeah, and then ideally a little bit more quiet time, an hour before you go to bed. And it's definitely harder this time of year. It's really light outside, even at 9 p.m., but in the winter, it's a lot easier.
I know, it's true. We're all going to be in our cozy beds before we know it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This was really interesting. I really appreciate your time.
Of course.
And for more information about the services available through Optum Washington, just visit the website that you see right there on your screen. And we'll be right back with more New Day Northwest.
New Day Northwest is sponsored by Optum.
It's a new day.
A massive Asian food festival is coming to Seattle at the end of the month. Panda Fest features dozens of vendors, with more than half of them from being right here in Western Washington. We're so excited to welcome one of those vendors to the studio today. Justoni Gabuyo is here from Project Marrow. Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Okay, so we're talking about bone marrow.
Yes, we are. Bone marrow, it's one of the best things that you could ever try. It's different for many people, but once they get to try it, it's amazing. It's full of flavor, rich fattiness, good fattiness, and it's just, honestly, I have no words because it's just one of the best things you could ever try.
And you're going to have this at Panda Fest this year, right?
Yes.
What can people expect?
What they can expect is exactly how I just described, because it's different. It's something new. I don't think many local events or even events in general have something like this.
Wow, okay, food and fun, it's all happening with Panda Fest. Let's get right into what we have in front of me, my friend. What are we making?
So we are going to roast for you bone marrow. So, and our process of it. So basically, what we have here is our unprepared bone marrow here, and then one of our processes, we put it on a cast iron griddle, we get it up to temperature, and then while that's happening, we put on a show, and we use this torch here.
Ooh,
all right.
Dinner and a show.
Yeah.
This is okay.
There we go. And then we just kind of go to town with it, just like this. Get that nice and sizzling here. Takes about around 5 to 8 minutes usually. Just to get it nice and hot and sizzly here. Even down at the bottom. Yeah, this is my favorite part because I get people coming up to me and ask questions all the time.
This sounds like a jet.
Yeah.
Like the Blue Angels are back. That's
Right.
what it's sounding like right now.
And then I get it to this really nice color here. As you can see, I have the sizzling there, that nice brown
Yes.
thick color there.
Okay, then
All
what?
And then the next step here is I'm going to have you participate in this also. So it's
Okay.
going to be nice. So we have two of our best-selling toppings. We have the house garlic. It's got a little acidity. It's got fish sauce, umami flavor, and spice on there. So you can go ahead and take a scoop of that and just
Lather it all down it.
to your heart's desire.
I really like garlic, so here we go. I hope no one comes close to me the rest of the day.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to scoop some sugar on.
Oh no!
No!
Did I mess up?
Nah, a little bit, but that's okay.
No!
We can quickly just
Okay.
we can always.
I'm sorry.
That is okay. We can always.
Only one gets garlic?
Yeah, one gets garlic and one has the sugar.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's okay. We can.
Sugar doesn't go on this guy?
No, not on this guy. Just the garlic on this guy.
Okay.
But that's okay.
We got it.
We can figure that it was just the top
It's
there.
just the top.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
So you gotta always watch me, Chef. Like in the kitchen. You can't leave me to my own devices.
Well, not normally am I in front of the camera either. So, all right. So I'm gonna put some sugar.
You put a lot of sugar on that.
I do.
Okay.
And then when people describe me, like, what is bone brulee? I was like, well, have you ever had creme brulee? And it's
right.
Like, it's the exact same concept because how we thought about the name is for this concept is like bone brulee. We're just how are we gonna do this and like how do we explain it? Well, one of the things like the description is like it's custardy, it's rich, and what better way to describe it with offsetting it with sugar and calling it bone brulee? So
done and done.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do next here is you have a torch on that side too. I'll have you use that in a second. But I'm gonna go ahead and get it a good start here.
Yeah.
Get that going, and I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of run a few passes here until it gets nice and golden.
What's the best way to source bone marrow too?
So the source bone marrow, we get it from our local distributor out here in Soto, actually. So very close by. It took us a very long time because there's far and few between distributors that actually like sell bone marrow in large quantities or wholesale actually. So, and then once I get to that.
That is totally giving creme brulee vibes.
Right?
Very interesting.
Just gotta spread that out a little bit.
Wow.
All right. Did you want to give it a try?
Oh my gosh. Okay, turn mine on and then I will go because we're not going to have any other mishaps in the kitchen today.
All right. So this doesn't take very long. I'd say about 5-6 seconds on there. Just run a couple pass-throughs.
Okay.
Just activate those aromatics like garlic, that green onion.
Again, what's in there? It's fish oil,
we got fish sauce, garlic, minced garlic, spring onions are in there, sugar and some lime juice. Wow, I'm giving you all the secrets today.
Oh, I know. Sorry, I see. The more you talk, the more you give us. Okay, what's next? Because I'm seeing toast here, and it's such a cute design.
Right. Yeah. So so we started with toast, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this little branding wand that we have here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do this part, and this is gonna be since in honor of Panda Fest.
Cute.
Just a little.
Okay, and then we scoop on here?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna serve. Let's see,
I'm very excited to see this process.
So this is, I'm gonna plate it just like that. I'm actually gonna plate both of ours Would you like to get? Would you like for me to scoop it for you?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
At this point, yes.
Okay, you got it.
Let's just go. You're the main event.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of,
Yeah, I'm gonna move this so everyone at home can see this process.
Okay, so I'm gonna see.
And while you're doing this, how can people get tickets to Panda Express?
You can go and look up online, pandafest.com, I believe.
Okay, you're breaking it down.
Breaking that creme brulee there. You can get tickets there, and then.
What's your favorite one? Because I'm going to try one today. The pressure is on. Should I try the garlic in front of me?
I would say my personal favorite is actually the creme brulee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to dive in.
All right. So while that is going, I'm going to have you try it there.
Thank you. And you'll scoop, and then you'll tell us why events like this are so important to the community, would you say?
So events like these are so important, especially to us local vendors, is basically because, it's some of us, it's our livelihood. We work on our passions during the rest of the year, and then while summer comes around, we hope to serve the community, have the community be more exposed to different types of flavors and cuisines. My wife and I, we travel a lot every year. And we go to Asia, and so we get a lot of inspiration from, for example, from South Vietnam, from Japan, China. And so, all of that is just a culmination of what we do, especially for this.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. That was very good. I can honestly say I've never tried anything like that. Again, Panda Fest is coming up on August 28th through 30th. There will be vendors, performances, and all things pandas. Get your tickets online. Thank you for spending time with us today. For more New Day fun, subscribe on YouTube and be sure to download King 5 Plus for free. Don't forget to enjoy your new day, and we'll see you next time.